Okay, friends, welcome to this online session on computer hardware and networking. The course code for this particular subject is 66412. And as you probably, if you have not received or say curriculum of this course, maybe now this revised and updated curriculum is not on my laptop. It is actually on PC at college. On Wednesday, I'm going to college, so on Wednesday, I'll mail this particular curriculum to you. If you see the scheme of this particular subject, as here for this particular subject, you don't have any theory papers as such, but you have a 50 marks for end semester exam, that is oral, and another 50 marks for progressive assessment. And this progressive assessment now we are forced to take this progressive assessment on online. And as I yesterday told you, most of the on I'll give some assessment questions, some assessment that will put on Google Classroom, as well as certain quizzes will carry out after 8 or 15 days through Google Forms. At the same time, I'll post certain questions and I'll give you certain assignments, and these assignments you are required to put on Google Classroom only, and I will go on assessing those particular assessment, and I'll also put the grade to your assessment. So this is all about what we say about this particular subject, computer hardware and networking. If we talk about the objectives of this particular subject, I mean what this particular subject is, why this subject is introduced. As everybody is aware, you being an electronic student, you have to have a good knowledge, or I mean say hardware of the computer. When we say hardware, so you know the definition of hardware as such. So what will be the electronic parts, or maybe the things that we touch, see, or feel, that we normally call as a hardware. Not only hardware, but you also require to understand what is a software, or what are the different drivers, or maybe operating systems, application softwares. And there are, as now you are aware, any hardware cannot run without a software. And when you want to connect across the globe, you have to have a knowledge of networking. That can be a networking can be between two computers, or it can be between, say, in a lab, or it can be across a city, or maybe campus, or maybe across the world. So that we normally say networking. So what are the important components and devices that are involved in this networking, and how to set up the networks? That type of practicals we are supposed to do in this particular networking. So here main objective is that you should be aware about the computer, their function, their operations, and most of the time if there is a faults or some troubleshooting you require to do, you can do once you understand the details about the different devices used inside a computer. Then next is about your networking. Then next, networking also involves the same things. So here, as if you see overall curriculum of this, the curriculum, as I said, it is basically what is the overall, say, PC. If you see, then what is the inside PC architecture? Normally, say it is IBM architecture. So now most of the computers are designed with the IBM, as IBM is the inventor of the computer. He has developed somewhere in 1980. And then henceforth, we normally say all computers are designed with the IBM architectures. So here, that is first topic. Then second topic is related to some hardware. Then third, some second topic is related to your software, that is operating system, BIOS, and related things. Then third topic is related to troubleshooting. Fourth is basic components in your PCs. Then some input output devices which are to be connected to the computers, their operations, driver installations, and all this. And finally, sixth topic, that is related to hardware networking devices. So this is all about the curriculum now. So if you see this is the overall idea of a subject. Now if you see about the today's topic, now I'll start with the today's topic. So are you ready now? Please, you can.
Yes,
Okay. This is what
Yes.
Yes, sir.
yes, sir.
what I
Yes.
want.
Yes, sir.
It is essential that I should not feel that I'm just talking alone on my side and nobody is. My computer is off and nobody is responding. That is why in between probably I may ask someone, at least CR, I will allow CR to keep their microphone on so that they can respond me immediately. So if I feel lonely, because when I'm talking by sitting in my room, I always feel lonely. So whether you are actually connected or not, in between I'll require to test. So as usual, is there any problems or you want to ask something like this question I normally ask in the class. Similarly, I may ask, so I'll ask both the CEOs to keep your microphone on and others may keep their microphone off. Okay, let us now today we are going to talk about motherboard. What exactly motherboard is, what are the different components of a motherboard, and why motherboard is an essential component of PC. After going through the motherboard, then we'll talk about the PC specifications. That is, once you understand what exactly inside a computer, then it is point in spacing what is the PC specification. So we'll start actual topic. So if you see, this is your front panel of a computer, which you are well aware. Now here, nothing is new as such. Here you have a CD-ROM drive, which you can CD-ROM or maybe DVD drive as well. It may be a blue drive or what is you say CD, DVD or Blu-ray. Okay, now these are the upcomings. These are coming onto the computers. Then next is probably for easy access. Normally two USB ports are provided. For people who wanted to have some listening while working, headphones and mic ports are also provided on a front side. What is more important is power on switch, which should be there to just give your power supply to your CPU. And if there is any problems, then as soon as you give the power on, you will find there will a light LED will glow. And then second option, that is the reset button. As you are aware, if due to certain reasons you feel that computer is not responding to you, we say normally it hang. If a computer hang, then you can press this particular reset button for certain time, then automatically computer restarts. So these are the certain, what I will say, the front panel controls that are normally provided onto your computers. Now if you see about the back side of it, see, now I'm going to say most of the words probably you may find you are listening for the first time. If you have these doubts, you may write down these particular doubts. But anyway, in if upcoming lectures, I'm going to talk on this particular. So these keywords will become familiar slowly to you. And will now later on we'll talk, our sentences may have one or two keywords in every statement. And once you are familiar with these keywords, you can understand what exactly it is. Let's say this is power connector. This power connector is normally provided on your, what we call as, this is now your power. This is actually SMPS unit, which is actually attached. On this SMPS unit, you will find a power connector for which you can give the power to this particular computer. In some of the SMPS, you will find there are two connectors. One goes to monitor and another in old SMPS. Now in today's SMPS, this is economical design. Even you will find there is no on-off switch onto your computers. Earlier computers has got certain on-off switch. Now here there is no on-off switch. Only one power connector through we can connect the cords and give the power supply to this. As soon as you give the power supply, you will find the CPU fan will go on running, and it will you will find you'll come to know that your at least SMPS is working or not from this. Then immediately below this, you will find there will be two connectors that call a PS/2 keyboard connector and mouse connector. They has got some color coding into it. Green is always for mouse, and what we say, that sort of blue or blue colored, not exactly blue colored, but that is related to your faint blue. You can say it is related to keyboard connector. Okay, that is violet color specifically. Now, if you see this particular connector, these are normally termed as a PS/2 connector. Earlier micro, if you see very old, there were DIN pin connector. Now this is replaced with PS/2 connectors. These are again a very delicate connectors. There is a one notch that while connecting that notch and this round portion, you have to take care and insert. If you not properly insert, then pins will be broken down, and probably pins are broken down, then either mouse or your keyboard connector you have to throw and you have to take others. So you have to take care. Now again these are replaced. In our lab hardly 4 or 5 machines will be having this type of connectors. Otherwise almost all the now it is replaced with what we call as a USB connectors. Okay, these are the two P/2 connector. Then if you see serial COM port, that is called a communication port. That is a serial port. It is normally a 9-pin port. And nowadays on every machine at now this also become outdated. But in some of the older machines you will find this is there, because if you want to have certain data to be taken for maybe data processing or certain other cards which you have to communicate from external world to the computer, and by adding certain for this communication you will require at least probably you have done practicals on say microcontroller, and if you are doing a practicals on microcontroller, if that port is to be connected to your microcontroller, then probably you will use this serial communication port through which you can have communication for this. Then immediately below this blue pin, that is VGA port, that is video graphics adapter. Okay, that is nothing but whenever you say port or a adapter, that means you have to connect this. This is a blue color and 15 pin connector. Here you can connect what we call as an our monitor is required to be connected over here. Now again, this is a good invention. I mean here you will find VGA port. Earlier there was CGA port, MGA port. Now this is one much revised better port. But even if you want to have a very high-speed communication between monitor and CPU, now you know that there is another port called as HDMI. So HDMI is also there on some of the machines. In advanced motherboards, you will find that HDMI port is there. Just parallel to this, you will find there is another port, that is 25 pin port, that is called as a parallel port. This parallel port is again fine in the older computers, because if you have a printer that is having an interface with that particular cable, which 25 pin cable, then you have to insert mostly what are the dot matrix printer. These are normally having this type of cable, and for them this is useful. Again, nowadays all the printers are replaced with USB port, so this port is also now became outdated. Now about if you go for this next, see that you are familiar, there are 4 USB ports are provided. Then just about pass to this that is universal serial bus port, as you are aware, and you are working with USB now every day. Then another is you'll find there is a Ethernet port, and this Ethernet port, this can be 10 by 100 PS, and nowadays this port is almost 1 Gbps. Okay, based on the, so this is for connecting your computers in LAN. So this is by you, if you have a RJ45 connected, this RJ45 connector wire you can insert over here so that you can have a access. Of course, this is now what we call as this is wired LAN. In some of the computers nowadays, you also have what is called as a wireless LAN card. Wireless LAN card will be there, or you find an onboard wire will be there. Then next coming to this is more familiar three sockets. What we call as a pink color socket is always for connecting your microphone. Then if you wanted to hear something, then in that case you can have an audio jack which can connect to your green portion, and then that faint blue portion, that is for audio input or line input, that is used normally. So these are the three audio connections. Just below, if you see these things, then these are the slots. Actually, these are, I may say, these are the strips, and you can press that particular strips and they can come out. But you have to press that only when you have to put certain expansion cards. Then one may ask, what are the expansion cards? As I said, if you wanted to put a TV tuner onto your computer, then that TV tuner you'll have to use. Suppose if you don't have wireless facility, but you want to have a wireless facility on your, then you have to insert wireless LAN card onto your machine. Then for that, or if you want to have certain additional video cards, then you may have these external cards. You can press there. You can remove that particular strips and you can put expansion slots into it, and then these can be inserted this way. So that is nothing but the way. Normally, again, this 56 kbps RJ modem ports is provided. As modem is nowadays we do not use, or not onboard modem is not available on the motherboard. So again, this is also outdated. So now here, why I have explained you this, because I think today at least what is available on your back panel of your computer, everybody should be aware. That means ever by putting a finger, you should know what is exactly this. If I put certain finger on VGA port, you should able to say this is VGA, this is USB, this is a LAN card, or this is audio jackets, or maybe something like this is PS/2 mouse connector, or like this. So you are once looking at this, immediately you should able to understand that what type of interface is there, what are the connections available, and from this you can judge the maybe the power of your CPU. Hope you have understood this particular point. Is there any problem so far? Hello.
No, no, sir.
No, sir.
Okay, fine.
No, sir.
Uh, anyway, we'll discuss after once I finish up this particular point. Then we'll discuss certain if. But you note down if you have got. Are you able to see this? Are you able to view this properly?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Do you have a feeling of at least 80% what we feel in the class? It cannot be
100%.
100%. Very
Yes,
fine.
sir.
But I know it cannot be 100% because I
Yes, sir.
cannot see your faces. You cannot see my faces. Where I'm interested, where I'm happy, or whether you are learning or not learning. That is something different. That feedback or a teacher, or maybe that is only missing here. Otherwise, let us see. Everything will be all right. Okay, fine.
Yes.
If you understood front
Yes,
panel,
sir.
back panel, let's go to the next topic. Now, if you see this particular port, this is normally a audio. These are the ports which is normally available on a backside, which I have just shown to you. Okay. Then, please mute the microphone because uh, because if I got certain disturbance, then I'll request you to please switch off your microphone. Those were on. Okay, then see now this is the, as I said, this is the port view. Here you can see, if you see backside of this, then probably you will get a much better detailed of view of this, which I have already explained to you. Nowadays, what happens? This is already fitted onto your motherboard. It is on the backside. If you see these all sockets, these are actually fitted onto your motherboard, and whenever you assemble that at the back side of it, if you connect if you place motherboard on these four screws that is available, automatically this will be coming out from the back side of your port. So I don't this is again an extension of better viewing. I have just placed this particular thing. Again, it is the same thing, PS/2 mouse. This is VGA port, then RJ45, this is LAN card, then you have USB ports. Again, this is serious for if you have certain, this is old motherboard, so you may have a S video on it, or maybe have certain videos uh, cables which you can connect to the computers. Then that we call a serial port 9 pin, upper port 25 pin parallel ports, and that is related to audio jacket. So this is what you see from backside. Now we'll come to the what is exactly motherboard, because this is our today's topic. And in fact, motherboard is the main circuit board of your microcomputer. And in fact, everything, uh, whatever the devices, or maybe different components of PC, mostly these are placed onto this particular motherboard. So here, everything, this is the overall housing unit where all the parts of a computer are either placed, most of the parts are permanently fixed onto the computer, and some of the parts are replaceable parts. If you talk about the replaceable part, then I may say that the CPU is replaceable, your memory slots are replaceable, even hard disk or a DVD, as these are the connectors, but you can remove out. Similarly, your say what SMPS or power C unit, that can be removed. But most of the times, other ICs and what most of the connectors, what we call as the expansion slots or serial parallel ports or what are the ports that is at the backside. These are all assembled onto your machine and along with certain different types of connectors, maybe for connecting your mouse or a keyboard or a disk drive, display drive. All these devices are actually connected. Most of the devices, I input output, or some of the ICs are directly placed onto this. So collectively, all the chips that resides on a motherboard is called as the motherboard chipsets. We'll talk about later on what is exactly motherboard chipset. But as you have seen already motherboard, so let's say this is the one picture of a motherboard. So and now you can see what exactly there. So I'll start from left side. Maybe what are those? If you carefully see now, what are the important parts of the motherboard? Maybe probably first we'll say always a CPU. So if you start on a right side, there is CPU socket. That CPU socket gives, there are different types of CPUs, different types of pin connections. So different type of, for every CPU, not every CPU, but one maybe one generation CPU, I'll say, these are normally fit onto your motherboard. So here if I say LGA 775, that means this is nothing but the uh, one arrangement of pins where 775 pins are there inside this particular socket. When you just put that particular CPU onto motherboard, that socket is normally called a ZIP socket, where this is called a zero insertion force. So if you just place your CPU on that particular socket, automatically with his gravity, it is placed. And if you see on left hand side, there is a one lock. You can lock that particular, so automatically that gets filled. Now on this particular CPU, most of the times you will find there will be a heatsink, and above that particular heatsink there will be a fan. Most of the times in most of the actual motherboards. So this is one major important part on a motherboard. You should able to identify always that is the CPU, and you can very easily identify because that is probably the largest chip that is available on motherboard. Then immediately below this CPU chip, you will find there are four two red horizontal lines and two yellow lines. This is we called as a memory slots or dual channel slots. This is a RAM sockets. They're based on your type of motherboard. These sockets may vary. There can be one socket, there can be four sockets. Mostly, yeah, these sockets are available in the pair, so that you can put RAM chips in pair or even in single. So these are the dual channel DR. And again, you later on once we see uh, maybe probably tomorrow I'm going to discuss on RAM. So I'll discuss more little later on to this particular RAM and maybe their slots and what we say, what is DDR, DDR2, or what are types of RAM and what is it, why it is required. But anyway, you know the importance of RAM in a PC. Then just below this, you'll find there is a ATX pin connector. When you say ATX, that is Advanced Technology Extended. So initially IBM developed 80, then somewhere in 95 it come up with the ATX computers, and at that time this 20 pin supply was there. Now you find now it is extended to 24 pin wire. The rest of the 4 pin wire, this is normally given to the supply to the CPU, that is 4 pin wire. It is separately available on the motherboard. As we see 4 pin CPU power connector, it is there on the upper right corner. Similarly, nowadays there this power earlier ATX power supply was 24 pin. Now it is a 24 pin, and by connecting this SMPS to this, inserting these sockets into it, actually the power supply to entire computer is given through these particular sockets. Then next, just adjacent to this, you will find there is a FDD connector, floppy disk drive. And again, I will say now in today's world, floppy disk drive is outdated. So most of the times you will not find, but in older you will find, and it is actually a 34 pin connector. Now coming to again just parallel nearer to the FDD connector, you will find there are SATA connector. When you say SATA, it is serial advanced technology attachment. So here this is a long form of SATA. When you this is the SATA sockets. If you see there are three SATA sockets. Once you see these three SATA socket, that means you can connect a hard disk which is having a SATA socket, and you can connect almost 3 hard disks onto this particular motherboard. So this is, and this SATA is very, I mean, this is very, the speed of this is almost 3 GB per second, which such a fast rate data can be transferred from hard disk to the maybe RAM. But this, your hard disk being a mechanical device, it is probably, it should supply that much particular data, but SATA is that your connector is capable of carrying data at a rate of 3 GB per second. And if you just see this, then yeah, some green color long socket, that is 40 pin socket, that is called as a PATA connector, IDE, that is integrated drive electronics. Again, when you talk about PATA, PATA is related to parallel advanced technology attachment. So these are the connectors based on whether you have a hard disk, which is a PATA hard disk, then you'll have to use that connector. If you have a hard disk, which is a SATA hard disk, then you have to use this. Similar connections can be done. Similar connector can be used to connect your DVD or optical drives. So this is all about this. Now coming to the, then what I'm going to explain you more importantly, it is not said, nothing is named onto this particular hard disk. But if you see some major yellow colored heat sink, very size of this is almost very close to your CPU. Okay, that particular big heat sink you see, below that particular heat sink, you will find there is a one chip, and that is normally called as a chipset. That means here all now this particular chipset is called as a north bridge. Whenever you will say north bridge, that particular bridge is actually having a it is having a one large chipset. Normally we say mostly the Intel chipsets are normally used here, which takes care of communication between CPU and RAM or CPU and AGP. That means whatever be the faster rate of communication you have to do, that is done through your north bridge, or north bridge is responsible for fast data transfer. Then here this particular north bridge is comprised of in the form of one large chip which takes care of all these sending a data and receiving a data between these. That means it controls the overall data transfer between CPU and RAM. So that is what we call this as a north bridge. And then if you have a smaller data communication or a low speed data transfer, is taken care by what is called as a south bridge. Now, if you talk about the south bridge, then just above the SATA, just right to SATA connection, you will find again there is yellow colored vertical slots. That is again a heat sink. That is a smaller chip that is called as the south bridge. Below that heatsink, there is a one chip, and that chip is taking care of communication between your hard disk, maybe between floppy disk or a DVD drive, or even the expansion slots, maybe between your USB, between keyboard and disk. All these low speed communications. This is being taken care by what is called as a south bridge. So when you are, now this is a motherboard design, and right from 980 85 you will find that there are motherboards are being designed uh, with the intention that every motherboard will have a north bridge as well as south bridge, till so far maybe up to 1970, maybe up to 3 4 years back. Now what is happened because of a development in this computer technology, now slowly this north bridge is being replaced with the whatever the chip or power of chip that is now embedded inside a CPU. That means CPU become powerful, that is become multi-core, and that now this chip is automatically being replaced. That means nowadays in today's i5 or i7 motherboards, you will not find this north bridge. In fact, it is replaced by a powerful CPU. But on the contrary, on almost all the motherboards, South Bridge chip will be available, which is will be taking care communication, slow communication or a low transfer data rates, that is taken care by this. Okay, so this is all about, I can say, North Bridge and South Bridge. Then if you talk about then I will talk on the left side corner 3 slots. If you talk about, then this is called as a one PCI Express X1 slot, then PCI Express X16 slot, and a PCI Express X1 slot. So these are all PCI Express slot, that is a peripheral component interconnect. Again, as the name suggests, these are the slots. I'm going to take one lecture on expansion cards, and these in expansion cards. And during that lecture, I will again come to this. What are these PCI slots, or maybe what are their earlier slots like ISA, extended ISA, or maybe this PCI Express. Now today's we are having another slot that is for SSD device M.2. So these are the new coming slots. So all these expansion slots I will cover in one lecture because these are carrying more importance, because these are actually taking the data from CPU and connecting with the external worlds. But as the name suggests, you probably these white slots are normally called as the PCI slots. So there are 6 slots are provided onto this. PCI Express is much faster than even PCI slots. Later on, we'll see what is the speed and what frequency on each operation, how fast the data is communicated from this. So I think now this is a rear IO panel shield which we have already covered. Now almost I have covered whatever the label actually on this particular, all those portions now I have covered. Now we'll see some of the other things on the motherboard. See, this is another motherboard. Almost you'll find now once you understand, this is ASUS motherboard now. Earlier Intel chipset was there. Now there is a ASUS chipset. And if you see this ASUS, now see about motherboard, the best way is that on every motherboard there is a name. If you see this is PSA D2/E. I'll give the exercise to you that this PSA D2/E, you put it onto your Google, and immediately all the information related to this you will get. In fact, what are the simple connectors, which connector is this, and what are the how this is organized, what is the functions of this, or maybe what is the speed, all detailed information may be comprising of about 50 to 60 PDF pages. That information will be available once you just, because every manufacturer gives their details in the form of PDF documents. So here this is what we call as. Now what is new things into here, I may say that one is AGP. If you see top side on a center, there is AGP, that is accelerated graphics port. Now why this particular AGP is provided, this is for if you want to go for gaming or animation, or if you want to have a graphics processor, heavy graphics processor, then this AGP port, if you put a card, then there will be other GPU processor on it, which will take certain burden of your CPU, and accordingly it will process the data very fast. Its speed between data AGP to CPU is also very fast, and it has got the central GPU processing unit. So that helps actually this. But now instead of AGP, as you aware, that now CPU is coming with a multi-cores. That is why nowadays you will find that there is a no demand of AGP in today's motherboards. But still for gaming and other, still people do use this AGP. And now if you see today's maybe i3 motherboard, you will find there is a AGP with 2 GB RAM or 4 GB RAM. And if you take it, then probably you will have a better graphical interface. And if you are doing with animation, gaming, etc., then in that case, AGP is normally recommended. So apart from this, you will find on other side, if you say extreme, if you observe your motherboard on a border side, on all the border side, normally you will find there are different connectors. And these connectors are used for connecting the different external devices to your computer. So I hope now this is about, this is P5AD2/E motherboard. You just go on to this here that address is also given. You don't need address as such. You put this P5AD2-E on a Google, immediately it will give everything information related to this motherboard. So with this brief introduction, now this is as I said, if you talk about the motherboard always come in what is more important about motherboard. It is called as a form factor of a motherboard. When you say form factor of a motherboard, that is called as the size of the motherboard. In size of the motherboard, if you see this 80 motherboard, that means it is a very old technology 80 motherboard. And here in this 80 motherboard, it is advanced technology, and the size of this is normally 12. Here, if you see, this is particular 80 motherboard. It is size is 12 inches by 9.6 inches. Already there was a PC motherboard. PC was having very large size, maybe in 1990s. Those motherboards were there. There were 13 by 12.6. That's a very huge size of motherboard, because there most of the portion was taken by RAM and ROM, because RAM was not developed much more at that time. Now this 80 motherboard, this is still a very large motherboard. What I'll say, this side is the size of it is it's very big. So one from this 80 motherboard, if you come to the another, see how you can identify 80 motherboard. Normally you will find this is a power socket. Now on whatever I written 80 motherboard, on left side you will find there are the pins, that is the power pin sockets. And if you see on again that to that left side, there is a keyboard connector, which is a very old pin connector. Even these type of keyboards are available in our lab. This is DIN pin connector for keyboard. Then coming to rather now also I can tell you, whatever you say, these black strips just at the bottom, long three black strips, these are the again slots. These are called as EISA slot, EISA, Extended Industry Standard Architecture slots. EISA slot, these are normally called. Now these are available on some of the new motherboard also, because if you have a that particular card that is maybe interfacing, maybe you have automatic control systems in an industry, and that industry is using this particular card for taking analog and digital inputs from your various devices from your industry, maybe temperature, pressure, all this data is coming through those particular cards. Then for using that particular card, you need to have this type of slots, or otherwise we'll have to upgrade that particular card to the existing. Actually those manufacturer does the same thing. Earlier they were used to design their cards on EISA slot. Now they are designing their slots on PCI. As again after PCI, as PCI Express came, then these again cards they are replacing, because they have to survive in the market, and they have to do that particular respective R&D, and they are coming with this. This is the way. Earlier how you can insert a connect, the simplest way, that these two black wires has to be taken, connect to each other, and they have to vertically insert it. Automatically this power supply will be connected to the motherboard. This is another, as I said, this is ATX motherboard. Slightly design is something different, having a size of 12 inch into 9.6 inch. Okay, otherwise now see, now you can very easily identify. Even see, if I show, you can now, if you give your slightly if you just go on thinking now, that is where is CPU. Now I can just below the fan you can identify CPU. Where is RAM? That is black vertical strip is nothing but the RAM. Then you can say what is the ATX socket, that 20 pin whiteboard socket is to that. Then if you just below that, you will find this is the IDE connector, that is PATA connector. Now if you see this particular SIS, this SIS is a chipset which acts as the South Bridge controller. Then just below that on left hand side, you find this particular cell which you are quite aware, that is a CMOS cell. Just below SIS and left of this SIS, you will find this is a CMOS cell. So here, see, now I can, sorry, I have not used mouse, but I can use mouse. I hope you can see the mouse. Can you see the mouse? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes, sir.
sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Then
Yes, sir.
then I
Yes, sir.
forget to use the mouse, but I'll use a mouse pointer, and that will be probably better to show you what is exactly. So this is what my mouse residing. This is nothing but the CMOS, and this is a battery. This battery, even your computer is off for 1 year, but still it updates your date and time. Probably the life of CMOS is of 3 to 4 years. After 3 to 4 years, if you do not get a correct date and time, that means this battery is gone. You have to replace the battery, and because it is continuously giving the power to your BIOS, as well as it is updating this what we call as a ROM or BIOS inside this, and from that only your date this day is there, your date and times are updated. So this is CMOS battery cell, just below this what you see. Then other side of this you will find there are the different connectors. And if you see, there will be certain PCI slots, and then that gray color is normally used for AGP slots. If you see, just can you locate the north bridge there? This north bridge is just below the CPU. See, you will always find north bridge very close to RAM as well as CPU. This is on the northern side, upper side. That is why it is always called as a north bridge. And if you see south bridge is normally on the lower side of it. And that is why this bridge is also called as a general name given to this is the south bridge, which takes care of low data transfer, and north bridge takes care of higher data transfer. So now, looking at any picture or any motherboard, at least now you'll be able to identify what is exactly which part is this, which part is that, and all this. And then remaining associated circuitry for working that particular part properly, additional electronic circuitry, maybe you'll find small chips, or maybe for storing the data, temporary storage of data, or maybe for some capacitors for charging, discharging. All these associated circuitry will be there, and that is entirely what it forms what is called as a motherboard. Okay, now here, after considering this, let us I'll come to the topic today. That is, we may say we'll finish up this computer specification. Now I think whatever now I talked with you, at least you can have a certain imagination when I put certain specification on the left side. When let us say first specification is a case. Case means what is the size of your box as such. आपण जो डब्बा म्हणतो कॉम्प्युटरचा, तो कोणत्या साईजचा असायला हवा. तर तो नॉर्मली केस ह्या 3 प्रकारचे असतात, एटी आणि एटीएक्स. त्या फुल टॉवर असतं, म्हणजे अगदी उंच असतो, त्याच्यामध्ये एरिएशन वगैरे असतं फाल. आणि नॉर्मली सर्व्हर्स मध्ये पूर्वी वापरायचे, बिकॉज देयर इज अ बेटर कूलिंग इनसाइड द फुल टॉवर, and you have a larger space on full tower. Now this full tower is replaced with the mid tower. The size becomes smaller. Now again that is replaced with the mini tower, which we normally we use the mini tower cabinet. Okay, now whatever in houses we use. Then if you see our new computers which you have worked in your our library, these are Dell computers. These are coming with a micro tower. And some of the computers have a cabinet as a horizontal cabinet. Again, it is for space, saving the space, so that monitor can be kept on it. And below there will be a CPU box, and above it can be a monitor. So based on the user choice and all this. But mostly vertical monitors are preferred over the horizontal because of the maybe dust problems and other things. Mostly horizontal are becoming outdated, because if you put horizontally, then dust is normally a problem, and which you go on collecting. At least in vertically, dust goes downside. So that is the basic reason why most of the people use a vertical case. Then next is power supply. So immediately all today's computers use ATX power supply. It will be 20 or 24 pin power supply. Okay, there is certain ratings about 400 watts of power supply or 550 watts of power supply. These are normally needed in almost all the computers. Now if you talk about motherboard and BIOS, then it is specified which motherboard is there, what is the chipset, is there numeric coprocessor. That means this was earlier there. Now we use multi-core or dual core or 4-core. Earlier it used to have a numeric coprocessor and main processor. Then system BIOS ROM, that means how much BIOS ROM is there. Then what is a primary memory, cache memory. These are the why it is giving you the range of memory that the motherboard supports. Primary memory, can you go up to 4 GB, 8 GB or 32 GB? That is the maximum limit you can connect any memory on this motherboard. Similarly, what is the cache memory? We'll talk about the memory later on. What is exactly cache memory and all this? Because this is also normally it is will be on the board, or it can be on your CPU. Then what is the system clock? That means at what speed your clock runs, because that entirely decides the data transfer between the various chips. Then what are the interrupts? DMA logic, power supply connector, keyboard connector, buses, and expansion slots. Actually, whenever you say motherboard, you can go to its specifications. It can go to your PDF file, and then you can understand. Audio leak झाला, येतोय का आता? Can you hear me?
हो सर आता
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
अच्छा, असं काही झालं तर मला immediately सांगा, because okay, anyway, now next is Aryo. See, now about 25 minutes are there. So if you feel that about half an hour, or I may take a lecture not more than 30 minutes, because I personally believe it is tough to be concentrate on this remote learning. Is it okay with you? Okay, I'll
Yes,
just
sir.
finish up.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
I'll just finish up this specification, then
Yes,
we'll
sir.
stop and we'll have some discussions on it. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Now, if you see this processor, then right from earlier processor, PC 8088, these are all Intel processor, 80286, 386, 486, Pentium 2. This is the evolution of Intel processors. As you know, Pentium 3, Pentium 5, then Intel Core i3. Now you have i5, i7, multi-core. So there are different this also, maybe what are the speed of this particular. Then another companies that which produces the microprocessor, these are Cyrix is there, Motorola is there, and AMD is there, advanced micro devices. So these are the certain companies that also makes the processor. But as you know, in the leading processor as technology in the world is the Intel, and you know, I still all people normally are behind Intel. Once Intel uh, gives certain market, gives this, then like Ludhiana and all these people do त्याची कॉपी जशी करतात, त्या पद्धतीने हे लोक सुद्धा या प्रोसेसरची कॉपी करून त्याचीच फॅसिलिटी देऊन थोड्याशा चांगल्या स्पीड वरती, कमी कॉस्ट वरती तुम्हाला हे अवेलेबल होऊ शकतात सीपीयू. These are also relatively a good CPU, but are relatively in the market, they cannot withstand in competition with the Intel. Now next is memory. Memory, nowadays you require the synchronous dynamic RAM. All memory is normally a dynamic RAM. Nowadays memories are DDR1, that is double data rate, 1, 2, 3, or even DDR4. In memory chapter, I will explain you detail about the memory, so that you will be in a position to know which memory is supported on your motherboard, which slots are there, which you should take, which you should buy. So accordingly, then this from that angle you need to know what is memory specifications or how much large memory it can support. Then video, that which type of video supports is there to onto this motherboard. Then when you say display adapter, that what type of video? That is monogram graphics adapter, color graphics adapter, video graphics adapter, super VGA graphics adapter, extended graphics adapter. So these are the extension giving higher and higher resolution. If you say XGA, now after this XGA, you know that this is PCI 2x16 video card, and now today's we are going for HDA, and even you can go for 4K RAM, right? 4K video. So HD is there, which is just still faster than, still better than XGA. HD having resolution maybe about 1920 by 1080. That is the resolution of HD. And if you make into 2, then that becomes the resolution of 4K. But when you will see video adapter, at that time you will understand what is exactly how your data is taken from the RAM, how it is processed, and how it comes to on your screen. So that will see the details in display adapter. Then display is CRT or LCD monitor. Then you can add now LED monitors and all similar. There are many now display technologies are there. Then next is which hard disk you want. What is the capacity of this? What is the RPM on this particular? What is the normally SATA hard disk or now see, these are the different Samsung, Seagate, Quantum, Western Digital. These are the manufacturer, leading manufacturers of hard disks. Normally Seagate is a pioneer of all these hard disk component. But here hard disk, as you know aware, you can have a up to 1 TB or 2 TB market in the market. These hard disks are available. So you have to decide which type of hard disk you should have on your machine. Then this is optical drive, as it can be optical drive, or now a Blu-ray devices are also coming to replacing this particular optical drive.
again, slowly now you'll find that this technology like FDD is outdated. Slowly optical drives are also becoming outdated because very few people now work with the DVDs, because whatever the data on DVD, you have a pen drive, you can have a still faster data, still faster communication, and still more reliability of that particular data by using a what we call as a pen drive. So slowly now this is drives are becoming outdated, but if you have certain data backed up onto your DVD, or if you want to read this data, then in that case you need to have this optical drive or DVD drive onto your system. Then next is network. You have to decide what should be the network adapter card, what should be the it should be on board, or maybe mostly now network cards are on board up to 1 Gbps, 10 Gbps, 100 Gbps network cards are available. Then keyboard, again in one lecture we'll talk about detail on keyboard and mouse, that is what are the key types of keyboard, then mouse, then types of mouse and all this. Mostly nowadays we go for optical mouse and multimedia keyboard. Then here you may have what is called as an Ethernet, though this Ethernet is very similar to, in fact, this is a replicated network, or Ethernet is the same. I'll remove that particular line. So, I mean, network card or Ethernet is normally we say the same. Then ports, then what are the different ports available on the motherboard? Then if there is any DAT drive, or you can connect any digital DAT drive directly to your motherboard. Then what are the softwares available with your, maybe, of course, one very important thing that you need to have a one licensed software for your operating system. If you have a licensed software, you will have a less problems. But nowadays, most of the machines, you in India, you get a very cracked version of operating system. So probably most of the people do not spend 5,000-6,000 in having original licensed software. So instead they use cracked, but that gives the problem. But maybe it is up to you how to use it. Then last is what is the warranty on your machine, that is full year warranty, how much full year warranty it is there. So here this is all about what system specifications are there. So here if you talk about system specifications, then this is what we call as general. If you want to purchase a computer, then what are the things you should have in mind? Basically, if somebody asks me, sir, I want to purchase a computer, then which computer I purchase? My questions to you will be that what sort of work you will be doing, what sort of which softwares you are going to use. Then are you going to do certain graphical works, for how much long you are doing, and then maybe then accordingly based on your this, then are you going to use net, are you going to have an external communication, and accordingly you can always go for this. Then in very brief, as I already explained you about form, I'll just finish this slide and we'll stop. See, this is the form factor and types. As I already said, form factor is nothing but the size of the motherboard. It will, of course, it determines the cases, power supply and physical layout of the board. म्हणजे जसं तुमचं form factor असेल, आणि this form factor is taken care by every manufacturer of the motherboard, because all the components should fit into that particular motherboard. So accordingly, once they say this is XT form factor, so their size is going to be fixed. So XT is going to have 13 inch by 9.6 inch. If you talk about the AT or ATX is about 12 inch by 9.7 inch. If you say micro ATX is normally a square board of something like 6 point. If you say micro ATX, this will be for something like 6.7 into 6.7. If you see something mini ATX, that is 9.6 by 9.6, that is square motherboard. जसे motherboardची size कमी होईल त्याप्रमाणे तुमच्या बॉक्सची size कमी होते. Now if you talk about the BTX, सगळ्यात खालचा, तर BTX मदरबोर्ड मध्ये डेव्हलप केला होता, त्याच्यामध्ये कंपोनंट्स प्लेसमेंट वगैरे चांगली होती, त्याच्यामध्ये एअर फ्लो चांगला यायचा, परंतु एवढा काही तो मार्केटमध्ये सर्वाइव्ह झाला नाही, कारण जेवढे नवीन डिव्हाइसेस आले दे आर थर्मली एफिशियंट मशीन, थर्मली एफिशियंट डिव्हाइसेस, त्याच्यामुळे फार काही एअर फ्लोची फार काळजी करावी लागते असं नाही, त्याच्यामुळे तो हा BTX मागे पडला. नाव इफ यू सी टॉक अबाउट NLX हा फार चांगला मदरबोर्ड आहे. अगदी स्लिम टाईप मध्ये करायचं असेल आणि तुमचे स्लॉट आपण जसे हॉरिझॉन्टली टाकतो आपल्या कॅबिनेटमध्ये, ते जर तुम्हाला व्हर्टिकली स्लॉट्स टाकायचे असतील तर ते इन दॅट केस NLX motherboard is preferred. So mostly nowadays we will be using micro ATX or ATX type of motherboard. So ultimately these are the different types of the form factors of the motherboard. हा फॉर्म फॅक्टर म्हणजे त्याची साईज फिक्स होईल आणि त्या साईज वरनं तुम्हाला बाकीचे कंपोनंट जसजसे तुमची साईज कमी कमी होत जाते त्याप्रमाणे त्याच्या पॉवर रिक्वायरमेंट कमी होतात, कॉस्ट कमी होते, डिव्हाइसेस कमी होते आणि ते स्पेसिफिक ऍप्लिकेशन साठी वापरता येतात. बट इव्हन इफ यू हॅव अ व्हेरी स्मॉल ATX, तुमच्या कॉम्प्युटरची रिक्वायरमेंट अलीकडे झाली की ती जागा कमी व्हायला पाहिजे, त्या दृष्टीने अदर मायक्रो दीज आर डेव्हलप्ड अँड अकॉर्डिंगली दीज फॉर्म फॅक्टर्स आर बिंग accordingly these all form factors, this form factor हा user साठी पण आहे as well as this is forced on your manufacturer too. Okay, so with this now let us say I'll stop today's session and you can have, if you have got any difficulties now, it seems now there are 60 students are there. Now I'll just take the attendance of all these 60 students. You can see what I am doing. So have you seen what I have done?
Yes, sir.
Hello.
Yes,
what
yes,
I have
sir.
done,
Yes, sir.
I have taken the attendance of all these
Yes,
students.
sir.
There are
Yes, sir.
60
Yes.
students. Now one is left.
Yes, sir.
I don't know who has left now. Now it is showing 59 only. So immediately as soon as I taken the attendance, some of you have left. Probably they may be having some work. Now your questions are welcome. जस्ट एक काय करा, तुमचं मी अनम्यूट करा आणि शक्यतो एका वेळी एक जण बोला आणि लाईक जर बोलताना लक्षात येतं की कोणतरी बोलतोय तर मग बाकीच्यांनी स्टॉप करा. ओके, गो अहेड विथ युअर क्वेश्चन.
हॅलो.
हा बोला.
गुड आफ्टरनून. सर मला विचारायचं होतं की आपण सीपीयूच्या बाबत तर बोललो की आपल्याला ग्राफिक्ससाठी आपल्याला प्रीमियम व्हर्जनचे हे लागतील, सीपीयू लागेल. पण व्हॉट अबाउट जीपीयू सर, म्हणजे जीपीयू पण तेवढंच इम्पॉर्टंट
ग्राफिक नाही, आता सीपीयू आणि जीपीयूचं काय असतं की जर जीपीयू हे तुमच्या याच्यावर असतं, तुमच्या ग्राफिक्स कार्डवर असतं, त्याला आपण म्हणतो ग्राफिक्स प्रोसेसिंग युनिट. हा सेपरेटली प्रोसेसर असतो आणि हा प्रोसेसर काय करतो की बऱ्याचशा गोष्टी प्रोसेस करून त्याचा आउटपुट तो सीपीयू ला देत असतो किंवा सीपीयू आणि ते दोघं मिळून त्याची प्रोग्रामिंग डिझाईन केलेली असते. म्हणजे एखादा आता थोडं पुढे जाऊन जर म्हणायचं असेल तर आपण मल्टीकोर सीपीयू का वापरतो, कारण मल्टीकोर सीपीयू ला तुमचे ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टीम कशा डिझाईन असतात, त्याच्यामध्ये जे स्टॅक्स आणि त्याचे काही जे ऑपरेशन्स असतात आणि ती कॉम्प्युटिंग आहे, जी प्रोग्रामिंग आहे, ती त्याचे म्हणजे व्हॉट वी कॉल इट द कन्करंट ऑपरेशन्स किंवा जी प्रोसेसिंग जर तुम्हाला फास्ट करायची असेल तशी प्रोग्रामिंग करावी लागते आणि सर्टन थ्रेड्स हे एका सीपीयूला द्यावे लागतात, दुसरा थ्रेड दुसऱ्या सीपीयूला द्यावा लागतो. त्याच्यामुळे ते दोन्ही थ्रेड सायमल्टेनियसली काम करत असल्यामुळे ती प्रोसेसिंग फास्ट होते, त्याच्यामुळे अल्टिमेटली स्पीड वाढतो. तसंच जीपीयू सुद्धा काय करतो, जीपीयू इज इम्पॉर्टंट वेन युअर यू आर टॉकिंग अबाउट. मग त्याच्यासाठी जीपीयू साठी तुम्ही वेगळं कार्ड घेतात, ते ग्राफिक्स कार्ड टाकतात, त्याच्यावर प्रोसेसिंग करतात आणि दॅट टेक्स केअर ऑफ युअर अॅनिमेशन अँड व्हिडिओ प्रोसेसिंग.
आणि सर आपण आता
जीपीयू हा वेगळा असतो तुमच्या सीपीयू पेक्षा.
हो, आता जस्ट आपण ग्राफिक्स रिलेटेड बोललो तर मेनली आपण म्हणतो की आपल्याला डेटा ट्रान्सफर करण्यासाठी और हेवी लोड ऍप्लिकेशन्स झाले या गेम्स झाले त्यासाठी आपण मेनली इंटेलचे नाही वापरत. आपण इंटेलचे जे पण सीपीयू जे आपण प्रोफेशनल वर्क साठी या ऑफिस वर्क साठी आपण वापरतो आणि गेमिंग
वगैरे साठी.
हा, कॅज्युअल
देर आर
वर्क.
सर्टन अदर जीपीयूज आर डेव्हलप
Yes, sir.
and there are many graphics cards are available from different
Yeah.
vendors.
Such as AMD Ryzen, sir.
AMD चांगला आहे. AMD Ryzen सगळ्यात लोक हे पण करतात, त्याला हे करतात म्हणजे रेकमेंड पण करतात. आणि दिस इज कॉस्टिंग अबाउट 3,000 3,500 पर्यंत सध्या मार्केटमध्ये आहे 2 GB च्या कॉस्ट.
ओके, थँक्यू सर.
आदित्य ना, आदित्यने विचारला होता ना प्रश्न. एम आय राईट?
येस सर.
हा, ओके.
येस सर.
विचार आहे इथं माझ्याकडे दिसतं कोण प्रश्न विचारते काय, आणि जेवढे जास्त प्रश्न विचारतील तेवढे लोक मुलं माझ्या लक्षात राहतील आणि जेवढे मुलं लक्षात राहतील त्यांना ऑब्व्हियसली बेनिफिट जास्त राहतो. ऑब्व्हियसली यू नो दॅट. जास्त प्रश्न विचारा. आणि मी तर असं म्हणेल की तो लेक्चर संपल्यानंतर 15-20 मिनिटं आपलं असं डिस्कशन वरती चाललं पाहिजे. सांगा दुसरा प्रश्न काही. तुम्ही लिहून ठेवत चला किंवा 2-3 दिवसांनी काय होईल की आपलं ते जे सध्या चॅट ऑप्शन बंद आहे ना, तो चॅट ऑप्शन जर सुरू झाला तर मला इथे तुमच्या चॅटमध्ये जर तुम्ही काही क्वेश्चन पोस्ट केले तर मला इथं चॅटमध्ये पोस्ट क्वेश्चन्स पण दिसतील की हू हॅज ऍक्च्युअली गिव्हन. नाऊ हिअर मला फक्त दिसतंय कोण कोण मीटिंग मध्ये आहे, परंतु मला कोणाचे जर प्रश्न आले तर हा सध्या चॅट ऑप्शन आपला वर्किंग नाही तुमच्या याच्यावरचा. एकदा मे बी दॅट इज रिलेटेड टू मायक्रोसॉफ्टचा प्रॉब्लेम आहे. आता तुमच्या लक्षात आलं असेल 2-3 दिवसामध्ये की आपण काय वापरतोय कम्युनिकेशनसाठी. आपण मायक्रोसॉफ्ट टीमचं ऍप्लिकेशन वापरतो, जिथं की ऑलमोस्ट 250 लोक कनेक्ट होऊ शकतात. फक्त आपला जो इंटरफेस आहे मायक्रोसॉफ्टला कनेक्ट व्हायचा आणि त्याच्यामध्ये यायचा आणि बाकीचा युजर मॅनेजमेंट वगैरे दॅट इज डेव्हलप बाय दिस पीसी सेंटर, दॅट इज महाजीपी ॲप. आणि त्याच्यात आपल्या ज्या कनेक्शन आणि ऑपरेटिंग प्रोसिजर्स आहे ना दॅट गेट सिम्प्लिफाईड आणि अदर सपोर्टिंग वर्क्स कॅन बी टेकन केअर थ्रू दॅट पर्टिक्युलर ऍप्लिकेशन. म्हणून ते आपण हे ऍप्लिकेशन वापरतो आहोत. ओके, सो हिअर नाऊ आय कॅन सी द म्हणजे बऱ्याचशा गोष्टी मी बघू शकतोय. सो एनिवे नाऊ ओके गो अहेड. Is there any questions now you have? Hello. Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
You don't have any questions. You just are saying yes sir, but you don't have any questions now so far. समजले का मी काय म्हणतोय ते? व्यवस्थित वाटतंय? हॅलो. मी जे काय एक्सप्लेन केलेलं आहे ते तुम्हाला थोडंफार 80-90% तरी वर्गातल्या लेक्चर सारखं वाटतं का?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
वाटतंय ना? म्हणजे वेदर इट इज
Yes,
गुड
sir.
और shall I give you ऑफलाईन लेक्चरच ठेवायचे का ऑनलाईन लेक्चर ठेवायचे? आपण एक आठवड्याने आपला एक्सपिरियन्स बघून आपण ठरवूया, काही हरकत नाही. पण आता सध्या जे 60 लोक कनेक्ट झाले होते, बाकीचे 40 लोक पुढे गेलेत, ते जरा त्यांनाही सांगा. त्यांना काही वर्किंग प्रॉब्लेम असेल तर त्यांना म्हणा माझ्या व्हॉट्सअपवर तुम्ही पाठवा. त्यांचे प्रॉब्लेम्स असतील तर विल सॉर्ट आउट देअर प्रॉब्लेम्स. आणि जर कोणाला एखादं जर स्मार्टफोनच नसेल तर देन इन दॅट केस प्रॉबॅबली मी जरा थोडासा हेल्पलेस असेल. परंतु इफ यू हॅव अ डेटा अवेलेबल अँड एनिवे मी मला वाटतं 2-3 दिवसात मी तुम्हाला एक गुगल फॉर्म टाकणार आहे सगळ्यांना. मला जस्ट बघून घ्यायचं आहे की कोणाकडे कोणत्या फॅसिलिटी आहेत. आणि म्हणजे दॅट विल गिव्ह द फेअर आयडिया अबाउट गोइंग फॉर ऑनलाईन लेक्चर्स. एनिवे दिस रेकॉर्डेड लेक्चर्स आय एम गोइंग टू पुट इन टू आवर सिस्टम, म्हणजे आपल्या सिस्टमवर आपण टाकणारच आहोत. मग काय विचारायचं आहे?
सर सर इट्स वेदांत पूर्ण पात्र हियर.
हा बोल ना.
सर ते आपलं जसं पीसी मध्ये मदरबोर्ड असतं तसं लॅपटॉप मध्ये मदरबोर्ड कनेक्टेड असतं.
मदरबोर्ड सुद्धा असतं. मदरबोर्ड शिवाय काय होणार आहे? लॅपटॉप जरी आपण ओपन केला तर त्याचा लॅपटॉप आपण जे म्हटलं ना NLX LTX वगैरे जे स्मॉल साईज आहेत ते मदरबोर्ड त्याच्यासाठीच डिझाईन केले आहेत. आणि त्याचे जे डिव्हायसेस असतात, इव्हन हार्ड डिस्क बघितली आपण, DVD ROM ड्राईव्ह बघितला किंवा ह्या सगळ्या गोष्टी ह्या वेगळ्या त्या कन्स्टेंटनी डिझाईन केलेल्या असतात. आणि अगदी त्या म्हणजे मी काय आपण म्हणू की स्लिम असतात. आणि त्या आतमध्ये त्याच्या खाली जर वरचा कीबोर्ड काढून घेतला तर आत तुम्हाला ते सगळं दिसतं. आणि इव्हन यू कॅन ऑल्सो हॅव इफ यू वॉन्ट टू हॅव आय विल गिव्ह यू देन यू जस्ट गो ऑन टू युअर याच्यावरती जा, जीमेल वरती, गुगल वरती, आणि तिथं लॅपटॉप बघा ना, लॅपटॉपचे मदरबोर्ड बघा. इमिजिएटली यू विल कम टू नो. किंवा लॅपटॉप बघा. आणि एवढ्या मी सांगेल की माझ्यापेक्षा जास्त मित्र तुम्हाला जास्त माहिती देणारा गुगल आहे. त्या गुगलवरती जर तुम्ही काही टाकलं ना तर तुम्हाला लागेल तेवढ्या इमेजेस मिळतील, व्हिडिओज मिळतील, त्यांचे पिक्चर्स मिळतील. आणि तुम्ही जस्ट ते स्कॅन केले तरी तुमची कन्सेप्ट त्याच्या थ्रू करतील. फक्त माझा रोल काय आहे, तुम्हाला फक्त ह्या जस्ट टेक्नॉलॉजी कोणत्या गोष्टी कशा आहेत, कोणते कीवर्ड्स आहेत, त्याचा उपयोग काय आहे. एकदा तुम्ही रॅम समजला, एकदा मदरबोर्ड, लेटेस्ट आज टुडे तुम्हाला एक मदरबोर्ड समजलेला आहे. या मदरबोर्डच्या एवढ्या कन्सेप्ट नुसार यू कॅन एक्सप्लोर एव्हरी टाइप ऑफ मदरबोर्ड अँड यू विल कम टू नो व्हॉट इज देअर इनसाइड दिस आणि एक्स्ट्रा काय आहे, नवीन काय आहे, ओल्ड काय आहे आणि कामाचं काय आहे, एवढ्या गोष्टी तुम्हाला नक्कीच कळू शकते. सो गो ऑन एक्सप्लोरिंग दॅट पर्टिक्युलर थिंग्स. ओके.
येस सर. थँक्यू सर.
ओके. एनीवन?
सॉरी टू डिस्टर्ब यू अगेन सर, मी आदित्य बोलतोय.
अरे सॉरी बेरीचं काय नाही, गो अहेड विथ क्वेश्चन.
सर आपण आताच स्टोरेज बाबत बोललो होतो की आपल्याकडे 2 ऑप्शन्स असतात की HDD आणि SDD.
HDD आणि SSD.
हा SSD सॉरी. तर HDD मध्ये जे मुव्हिंग पार्ट्स असतात त्यामुळे का बरं त्याची स्पीड लो असते सर SSD पेक्षा?
आता आपण जेव्हा हार्ड डिस्कचं चॅप्टर बघू ना, ऍट दॅट टाइम यू विल कम टू नो बिकॉज देर इज व्हेरी मेकॅनिकल पार्ट्स, प्लॅटर्स वगैरे आणि त्याचं हेड मुवमेंट होणं, रीड करणं, मॅग्नेटिक रेकॉर्डिंग, ऑप्टिकल रिडिंग आणि याच्यामध्ये जे मेकॅनिकल पार्ट म्हणजे नॉर्मली दॅट इज गोइंग टू बी स्लो. आणि आपण जेव्हा SSDचा विचार करतो त्यावेळी काय असणार आहे, ते सगळं इलेक्ट्रॉनिक सर्किटरी आहेत आणि इलेक्ट्रॉनिक सर्किटरी चिप्स आहेत. चिप्सवरती डेटा राईट करतो. आता तूच विचार कर ना, जसं आपण रॅम वरती किती फास्ट रीड करतो आणि राईट करतो तेवढं हार्ड डिस्कवर होतं का?
नाही सर.
किंवा रॅमवर म्हणण्यापेक्षा सॉरी पेन ड्राईव्ह वरती. पेन ड्राईव्ह ज्या स्पीडने तुम्ही रीड करता आणि राईट करतात, जर तुमचा पेन ड्राईव्ह हा हायर कॅपॅसिटीचा असेल, चांगला असेल, तर त्या केसमध्ये यू सी द स्पीड ऑफ रायटिंग ऑन पेन ड्राईव्ह, रिडिंग ऑन पेन ड्राईव्ह अँड रिलायबिलिटी ऑफ पेन ड्राईव्ह कम्पेअर टू. पण आता HDD ला अजूनही सोल्युशन, कारण तुम्हाला आता HDD ला सोल्युशन निघतंय हळूहळू. ते M.2 जे स्लॉट्स येत आहेत ना, त्याच्यामध्ये
Yes, sir.
डिव्हाइसेस येत आहेत आणि इथून पुढे प्रॉबॅबली दॅट विल बिकम मच आणि त्याच्यामुळे काय होईल, आणखी तुमची कॉम्प्युटरची साईज कमी होऊ शकेल, वजन कमी होऊ शकेल.
येस सर.
हो.
थँक्यू सर.
सो पटापट एका मागे एक आणि शूट करायला पाहिजे तुम्ही क्वेश्चन्स. ओके. पुढच्या वेळी अशी तयारी ठेवा, जवळ नोटबुक ठेवा, काही वाटलं तर तसं लिहून ठेवा, क्वेश्चन्स लिहून ठेवा त्या टॉपिकवरती शिकवताना काही वाटले. नाहीतर आपण नंतर डिस्कस करतोच तेव्हाही तुमच्या लक्षात येईल की काय करायचं आणि काय नाही करायचं. ओके. So shall I end now meeting or you have any question? आहे का अर्जुन? आहे आज? नाही अर्जुन आहे का? साक्षी आहे का? इथे मला बघावं लागेल कोण कोण आहे कोण कोण नाही.
येस सर.
साक्षी आहे, राधिका आहे. ठीक आहे. ते काय बोलतात त्याचं इमिडिएटली इथं दिसतं मला कोण बोलतंय ते, त्याच्या आवाजावरनं. ठीक आहे. आणि आणखी एक महत्वाची रिक्वेस्ट होती तुम्हाला, जेव्हा तुम्ही लॉग इन करतात ना त्यावेळी तुमचं नाव टाकून लॉग इन करा. इथं माझ्याकडे बरेचसे अननोन युजर दिसत आहेत आज. ओके. तर हे अननोन युजर्स दिसणार नाही एवढं बघा, म्हणजे इथं तुमचं नाव इथं मला दिसायला पाहिजे इन्स्टेड ऑफ अननोन युजर. त्याच्यासाठी काय करता येतं तुम्हाला, जर चुकून तुम्ही स्टार्ट केलं तर परत हँगअप करा, परत तिकडे जा, परत युजर नेम टाका आणि परत जॉईन व्हा, म्हणजे मला तुमचं नाव दिसू शकेल. ओके. ठीक आहे. देन विल स्टॉप टुडे. देन अगेन ॲज आय सेड यू गो थ्रू. आता आज आपलं जे काही बघितलं, जे काही तुमची ही स्लाईड होती, ते मदरबोर्डची स्लाईड तुम्हाला गुगल क्लासरूमवरती आहे. आज जाऊन ते बघू शकतात. परत त्याच्यावरती तुम्ही एकदा बघून बघा आणि तुम्हाला काही समजतं का, काही डिफिकल्टी असेल तर उद्या परत आपण जेव्हा जॉईन करतो ना तेव्हा जर तुम्ही 5-7 मिनिटं लवकर जॉईन झाला तर वी विल ऑल्सो डिस्कस सम युअर क्वेश्चन्स इनिशियली. म्हणजे मी तसंही 11:20 किंवा 12:30 असेल तर 12:20 जॉईन व्हा, किंवा 11:30 लेक्चर असेल तर 11:20 जॉईन व्हा आणि त्यावेळी मग आपण काही तुमचे प्रॉब्लेम्स डिस्कस करत जाऊ. ओके. ठीक आहे. ओके. फाईन.
ओके सर.
येस सर.
गुड डे. टेक केअर. आणि परत तुमची अभ्यास करा, गुगल क्लासरूम मध्ये बघा आणि जरा ऑनलाईन लर्निंग शिकायची जरा प्रॅक्टिस करत राहा. मी पण करतोय, तुम्ही पण करा. ठीक आहे.
Yes,
ओके.
yes,
ओके सर.
थँक्यू सर.
थँक्यू सर.
थँक्यू सर.
ओके. फाईन.